Buy land. They're not making any of it. Flip it. Build your dream home. Turn it into an Airbnb. Lease it to farmers. Develop on it. And here's the truth, none of those ideas are bad. In fact, they're all really good. But here's a problem. Buying land is not a strategy. It's just a purchase. A strategy answers one simple question. What is this land supposed to do for my family or my business? Because if you don't answer that question first, you probably end up owning a piece of dirt instead of owning a piece of your future. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact 3-step strategy my family used before purchasing land, why I believe this way of thinking can save you thousands of dollars, years of frustration, and help you build something that lasts for generations. I'm Nelson Pizarro, and welcome back to Banking for Legacy podcast. Our mission at Banking for Legacy is very simple: to help families and business owners create greater financial control, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. This podcast isn't about chasing the next shiny investment. It's about making smarter financial decisions that your children and grandchildren will thank you forever. It's about making smarter financial decisions that your children and grandchildren will thank you. So today, let's talk about land. My strategy number 1, find your why. Before you ever look at Zillow or any other land purchasing websites, before you ever call a real estate agent, before you ever negotiate a price, just ask yourself one question: why? Why do you want this land? Not because Instagram told you to, not because YouTube said land always goes up, not because your buddy bought 20 acres. What purpose will this land serve? For my family, our why was crystal clear. First, we purchased land in an up-and-coming ski resort community. We believe that the area has tremendous long-term potential. Second, we're building a cabin, not just vacations, for generations. I want my children, grandchildren, family, and close friends to create memories there long after I'm gone. Third, there's something my wife and I are extremely excited about. Every year, we want to bring our family there. Not just to barbecue, not just to ski, but to have family meetings. How's everybody doing emotionally? How's everybody doing financially? What goals did we accomplish? What challenges are we facing today or in the future? Businesses hold board meetings. Why shouldn't families? Finally, when we're not using a cabin, the goal is to Airbnb it, not to become rich overnight, but to help pay property tax, maintenance, insurances, and eventually help repay the capital we use to purchase and rebuild it. That's our why. Your why may be completely different. Maybe you're buying land so your kids can each build a home nearby someday. Maybe your neighbor owns a vineyard and wants to lease your acreage. Maybe a local rancher needs more grazing lands. Maybe you simply believe the area will appreciate over the next 20 years. There isn't one right answer, but there is one wrong answer: buying land without knowing why. Purpose always creates better financial decisions. Strategy 2, funding it. Once you have identified your purpose, now we answer the next question: how are you going to buy it? Most people only think there are 2 options: cash or a bank loan. There are actually several. You can pay in cash. The seller might carry the note and you just put a small down payment. You can partner with somebody who shares the same vision, or you can build your own pool of capital over time. Here's what we chose. Our budget was around $225,000. Instead of letting that money sit in a savings account earning very little, every time I logged into that bank account, it felt that money was burning a hole in my pocket. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. You pay all your bills, you still have some money left over, and suddenly you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll buy that, or maybe I'll upgrade this, or I'll spend just a little more. We all have been there. Instead, we systematically built capital inside our banking system. When the opportunity came, we borrowed against our policy and purchased the land. Notice what I said. We didn't wait for permission, and we didn't have to sell investments. We already had access to capital because we had built the system first. The opportunity came after the strategy, not before. Strategy number 3, payback. This is the step almost nobody talks about. How would you pay yourself back? People hear me say we borrow against our policies and immediately ask, why would you pay yourself back? Because without a system, most people never do. Life happens, the contractor says the project will take 60 months and it ended up taking 32 months. Your tenant only pays you half the lease because the business was slow. Someone in your family has a medical emergency, or maybe the property next door suddenly comes up for sale at 50 cents to $1. And if all your capital is locked inside the land, well, you may have an incredible investment, but no financial flexibility. Think of it like pouring concrete. Once the concrete hardens, you can't scoop it back into the wheelbarrow. The money is still available, but it's trapped. Real estate can appreciate beautifully, but appreciation doesn't automatically pay your next opportunity. Liquidity gives you options. Appreciation builds wealth. The smartest financial strategies can create both. That's why I created a simple repayment system. Every month, I committed to putting approximately $1,000 to $1,500 back into our policy. If business was great, we put in a little bit more. If we had a bonus, we added a little bit more to the policy. If we had a side hustle producing extra income, we just accelerated the payments. And if 1 month happened, emergencies, or we couldn't pay, and we didn't make the money we should have, we simply adjusted it. However, the most important part is there is no bank calling me. They can't take my land. There was no late payment notices. There was no stress. The important thing was that I always had a plan to rebuild my pool of capital. Today, the land is completely appreciating, but now much of that capital, actually almost all of it, has already been restored inside our banking system. Which means our next goal is building a cabin. Now I can build a cabin with me financing it. One opportunity creates the next. That's what financial control looks like. Here's what I hope you remember. Buying land doesn't automatically create wealth. Having a strategy does. Start with your why. Build a funding plan before the opportunity arrives. Then create a repayment strategy that rebuilds your capital instead of leaving it trapped. When you do that, you're no longer just buying land. You're buying a financial system. And that's exactly what Banking for Legacy is all about. If today's episode challenged the way you think about money, I have one favor to ask. Share this episode with someone who thinks about buying land, investing in real estate, or just building a legacy for their family or business. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, follow and leave a review. And if you'd like to learn how to create your own personalized Banking for Legacy strategy, just visit bankingforlegacy.com and schedule a conversation. There's zero pressure, no sales pitch, just education and a strategy designed around your goals. I'm Nelson Pizarro. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. And remember, create greater financial control, build wealth, leave a lasting legacy, and I'll see you in the next episode of Banking for Legacy podcast.